You have to trust your grind. You have to have faith in the process that you are going to be successful and you're going to make your dreams come true. You have to believe in yourself. A lot of the issues of why people struggle, especially in men, is that we start things and we want immediate results. But real success doesn't hit that way, doesn't happen that way. You have to work hard today to get the results later. You start a business today, you'll get the money later. You start hitting the gym today, you'll get a better physique later. If you start creating content today, your shit will pop off 2-3 years from now. It doesn't happen overnight. So we have to get away from this immediate gratification of this immediate success just because you want to start a business or you want to start creating a podcast or a channel or you want to build something different or pursue a new activity, a new job, and you just think you're going to be great at it immediately. It takes skills, it takes learning, it takes mistakes, it takes growing, it takes failures to learn to be good. Then you become good, then you can focus on becoming great. You have to look at your grind as an investment, right? Whatever it is. If you got a job, you got a business, you got a little bit of both. I got a job, I got a business, right? So I look at them as investments. Every time I post something, every time I make a new product, every time I run an ad, every time I go to the gym, every time I read a book, every time I level up a little bit, I look back and I say, hey, I can get a little bit better. I can still make improvements. But it's investing in yourself, because what happens is you start to develop an identity that can deal with the ups and downs of pursuing the goal you want to pursue. If it's you want to become a lawyer, you want to become an engineer, you want to become an artist, you want whatever it is, there's going to be ups and downs. Things are going to work for you, things are going to work against you. And you're going to have to be able to build a man that's so confident that when you're broke, when you're struggling, when your views are low, when no one's rocking with you, that you can overcome the obstacles. Because there's going to be obstacles on your journey of becoming successful, on your journey of becoming a better man, okay? One of the things that I've struggled with is having that like daily proof. And it gets tricky because you have to work pretty much every single day to become great at something. You can take days off here and there, but you really have to work on your craft, because there's a lot of people who want the same thing that you want. The type of cars, the type of lifestyle, the type of job, the type of promotion. There's other people competing for it. So you can stress yourself out because something doesn't happen immediately or things ain't popping out for you today. But you got to understand, like, self-development and pursuit of greatness is it's a marathon. It's a test of consistency. Who can keep doing it consistently? So you have to ask yourself, hey, did I show up today? Did I improve? Did I keep my word? Did I keep grinding? Did I not let myself down when something didn't go right? You got to have all these things in your mind when you're trying to pursue the best version of yourself. The grind is actually a test of your character. If you say you want to be a content creator and you don't get 1 million followers in 3 years, doesn't necessarily mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that your channel's trash. You're still just looking for the right audience. Whether you got 1 follower or 10 subs or 1,000 subs, whatever, you're always growing. You're always building to get to a better place. And you have to stay committed when things aren't going right. You have to stay committed when business is slow, when you're going to the gym and the scale really isn't changing that much and your physique isn't changing much, but you're still doing the meal preps. You're still going for the walks. You're still hitting the weights. You're still, being dedicated to the program. You're being dedicated to the process. That's how winners are made. They keep doing it regardless of the result. They keep doing it regardless of the outcome. And what happens is too many people go on a roller coaster when they're up and everything's rocking and everything's going great. They're on top of the world, they're feeling it, and they can't do no wrong. And then soon something goes wrong and it crashes down, they self-sabotage and they crash out. And we see it all the time. It happens every day. It happens with celebrities, it happens to athletes, it happens to everyday regular people, right? You have to trust the man that you are becoming. You have to trust the process. You have to trust your grind, right? And it's not necessarily about money. It's not necessarily about status. I know those things are goals that we as men strive for, But really, honestly, it's the journey of how you get there, right? Because you can get a bunch of money real quick, and somebody can scam you because you didn't learn the skills. That's why you see people who like won the lotto. They'll win the lotto, and when $10 million, 8 years later they broke. You're like, well, how did they go broke? That could never happen to me. But they didn't learn the skills to become a millionaire. They didn't learn the skills of managing the money. They just start buying a bunch of shit that they didn't need. And they start balling out of control. And then 8 years later, they're filing for bankruptcy, and they're losing some of their shit that they bought, because you have to become the man who can handle the stress, handle the finances, handle the money, handle the grind, handle when people are hating on you, handle when your family has problems and issues, right? And they're coming to you to figure it out. These are the things that you have to grow into. So you have to trust yourself. You have to trust in the grind, bro. You have to do it even when no one believes in your vision, right? I started a clothing brand a few years ago. A lot of people didn't care. Most people didn't care. But I realized is that your friends and family aren't supposed to be your customer base. It's the world. It's the marketplace. So if you're making music, or you're making art, or you got a job, don't be so concerned about what your family and your immediate friends think of what you're building. You're building it for other people. You're building it for the world. You're building it for someone who needs a service or product, right? It's not just for your friends and family. What they'll do is they'll jump on a bandwagon when it gets successful. But you have to understand that there are going to be people who don't believe in your vision, but you have to trust in yourself that you're making the right moves. So go out there, go kill it, believe in yourself, keep working hard, and things will work out for you. All right? I have a saying, keep going, never give up. Because if you give up, you know it's an automatic failure. But if you keep grinding, you keep believing, and you keep pushing, good things can happen. All right? If you like this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe to the vibe, leave a comment. It's always appreciated. That's the message for today. You got Out Chain. We up out of here. Peace.